Melanated family, what's going on, y'all? So check it out. Something I want to touch on real quick. I was pretty much done for the night, but I said, you know what? I gotta defend my brother one time. You know what I mean? Sometime as men, you feel me? Sometime as men, we gotta stick together, right? Now I'm sure by now, because this came out I think late January, the brother Chris Brown was being sued for a woman who listed herself as Jane Doe, conveniently, but for a woman for $20 million for basically raping her, right? And man, look, this is like something that we really need to dissect when like in our society, right? Like all of us men, we should all be aware of how serious of a charge that is. Like abusing women, taking advantage of a woman sexually, all of us should be against that as men. I hope you are, whether you have daughters, nieces, granddaughters, whatever the case may be. Excuse me, the idea of a man taking advantage of your loved one who's a female, all of us should upset all of us and put us all in a position where we, like, you know what I mean, we're not going to tolerate that regardless of who the individual is, right? Taking advantage of a woman, taking advantage of a child, these things should never happen, right? But in our society, we need to keep it 100 in our society, because we are so hell-bent on protecting women, because women get taken advantage of so much. Sometimes things fall through the cracks and women get to take advantage of men to a degree, because in this Chris Brown situation, this woman was suing him for $20 million, claiming all these things that was done to her. Like if you read the article, it's several different instances where she's saying he drugged her, he did these different things to her. And pardon me for my ignorance, family, but let's say, because recently Chris Brown has came out with text messages showing that this woman was lying, text messages, voicemails, proving his innocent, right? But proving his innocence, right? But let's say he didn't have that information, family, and all we had was her word of what he actually did. So what are we saying? Just on her word, he has no text messages or anything proving his innocence. What was going to be the end result of that situation? I say he was going, if he didn't pay that whole 20 million, he was going to pay a large sum of money. Rape, he was going to have that rape jacket on him. That was going to affect excuse me, that was going to affect his business. That was going to affect any future endorsements. Basically fuck his life up, right? Right? This was basically gonna fuck his life up. Even though he's now saying he's innocent, he's proving that he's innocent. This could still put a stain on his jacket, right? So look, we need to have the tough conversation, family. What are we gonna do about women who lie in these instances? Now, I understand like filing a false police report will get you a fine or some shit like that, but nah. It shouldn't be that easy, family. This was going to potentially ruin his life. I'm not saying this woman should do no 10, 15 years in jail, but she need to be punished, because I personally think when we look at a lot, not all, when we look at a lot of these type of instances, how do we know when women aren't lying? See, I'm not Bill Cosby, even though the brother R. Kelly done a whole bunch of shit I don't agree with. I'm looking at um every party that's culpable in these situations. And yes, we have men who take advantage of women, and you should go to jail. You should get counseling. You should, like, whatever is necessary to get you right, depending on, to me, like, depending on the level of the rape or the manipulation should determine the type of time that you get, but you should be addressed. Yes. The same way women who lie need to be addressed. This woman should have to do a small amount of time in jail and come out with a public apology. The same way she grandstanded and had lawyers and everything involved, news articles, all that shit involved. Her apology should go viral, just like this bullshit went viral, right? And then we got to keep it real, family. Lawyers, all type of lawyers prey on these kind of incidents, right? Don't we see lawyers who ambulance chase? Like, you get into a car accident, they right there trying to, they come out of nowhere talking about what they can do for you and shit. You don't think they do the same thing for women? You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, family, I don't think Cosby raped that many women. I think he was doing a drug at the time, and he was taking advantage of women like a lot of men was doing. I'm not giving him a pass. So because of that, there should be some disciplinary action But there should be a statute to it because a motherfucker shouldn't be able to come to you 30 years later. Nobody should be able to get charged for something 30 years later unless it's like a murder, unless it's like a grand murder or some type of incident like that. But you can't wake up 30 years later saying he played with my ass when I was in my 20s. That's weird. That shouldn't be able to happen. You see what I'm saying? So there needs to be some type of balance created on what women can get away with, because lawyers, the media, they'll use this shit to villainize your ass, and then your whole life is fucked up. And they never apologized. They never came out and said I was lying. They never came out and said I was sorry. None of that shit ever happened. So what happened to the brother? You see what I'm saying? So let's be fair, man. I'm not saying any type of man that abuses a woman should get off, or we should immediately think that the woman is lying. I'm not saying that, but let's look at everything. Let's back up and make sure the facts come out. Make sure everything is plain as day, because a lot of times once a woman says some shit, everybody's on her side. Like real shit. Once a woman says what has happened to her, everybody's on her side. And I get it. Women get abused every day. A lot of them never come forward. A lot of them are scared. A lot of them are scared by the abuser. This is a difficult topic, right? This isn't just some cut and dry shit, but I want to be fair to men too, right? We can't do both. See? I'm not just going to call you a predator because society said so, right? Let's look at the facts. Let's look at who all was involved. Let's look at who all should be culpable, right? The R. Kelly shit too. R. Kelly was a creep. I'm speaking on this. I don't give a fuck who like it or not. R. Kelly had some sick shit going on with him, and he need to be in jail for it. And this is my opinion. I don't give a fuck who like it. He needs to be in jail for a time. He needs counseling for a time. I think the counseling piece is even bigger. And then he needs to go to jail. But any girl he had any type of interaction with sexually that was under the age of 16, let's say 18 maybe, we need to examine what was the dynamic with her parents. Who would let their 13, 14-year-old daughter be along with R. Kelly after hearing about the Aaliyah shit and all that shit? Because then why do we have to have a documentary come out for everybody to jump on a bandwagon saying what somebody did when we've seen him with Aaliyah? What was happening then? Like, what was happening then? Why is it always like a big propaganda push that comes along? Now, all of a sudden, everybody's riding on some shit. Again, I'm not saying these people are innocent, but goddamn, like society in the media, they kind of move us in any direction they want us to go in to a degree. You see? So I don't like jumping on bandwagons about anything, whether it's the COVID-19 shit, whatever it is that the government's presenting to me, that the media is presenting to me that, hey, this is a big ass problem. How about we take a step back? Observe what's actually going on, come up with our own distinction of what's actually happening. And if you decide this is a creep, this is somebody you don't want to fuck with, whatever, but let's think for ourselves. Like all too often, we allow the media, we allow propaganda, we allow the shit that get put in front of us to deter how we actually feel, when sometimes this same thing was going on right in front of you, and you didn't get mad until the powers that be got mad. That'd be my goddamn problem with people. Like, don't be on some bandwagon shit. We knew what R. Kelly was doing. We seen the piss tape years ago. We seen the piss tape. Right? We seen the piss tape. Oh, so we need white folks to produce a documentary and turn the shit into like a theatrical release. Now we saying fuck them? Where they do that at? If you wasn't an R. Kelly fan, you shouldn't have been one after the piss tape. We knew it was him. We seen the goddamn Grammys in the background. We were pretty sure that was him on that tape. We was pretty sure it was a young girl. Why didn't everybody cancel him then? You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying who's innocent or who isn't innocent, but goddamn, think for yourself. Think for yourself. Chris Brown would have been washed, family, if he didn't come out and show what really happened. And really, what happened is, like, we need to acknowledge this happened in society, sometimes with celebrities or men of power, men that women really want. They'll give you some pussy. Let's keep it real. They'll give you some pussy, and when you're not feeling them no more, they get upset and they become vindictive and shit happens. Can we acknowledge that women know their power at times? Women know how it'll be seen if they present certain things, so they fucking do it. Women are vindictive, and that type of shit can get us killed sometimes. That type of shit can get us in jail, fuck our life up. Let's be honest about that. Women aren't angels, man. right? So let's be accountable, men and women. Let's be accountable for everything we do. But I'm kind of getting tired of shit happening, and all of a sudden, this woman is a damsel in distress when this bitch is a goddamn demon, right? Let's keep that shit real. See, so shout out to the brother Chris Brown. I'm happy he getting out of this. He's still going to be affected negatively by this, in my opinion, just because the accusations are out there. Because think about some real shit. What if a man came out and said, "Hey, that woman right there, she grabbed me. She grabbed my dick. She wanted to have sex with me. She was pinning me down on the ground. Her and her friends pinned me down on the ground, and they took it from me. And we would laugh at this man, right? We would laugh at him. So I understand we're stronger individuals than women. We can overpower women. Sexual abuse happens every day in our country. Who's ever proven to have done these things, you deserve whatever happens to you. But let's be contextual. Every time it's not exactly what we see. You feel me? This is your brother Harrison, man. Melanated Fathers. I'm sorry. That's my organization. The Melanated Combo. Melanated Combo. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. You can do it through YouTube, where we're watching it right now, or on Facebook, or on Instagram. If you follow my page on Instagram, which is at Melanated Convo 100. Subscribe. All the digital platforms as well. I'm out.